I'll go.
It's an exhausting week, that's for sure. But all in all, it was a great time for the kids, great time for the community, and I would call it a great success. So a lot of fun had by all, so it was good.
And overall successful, you'd say?
Absolutely. Everything went well during the week. The coronation went well. Burning of the Y, Hall of Fame induction ceremony was great. Obviously, the parade went well, and then tapped off with a full house at the football game. So, yeah, very successful homecoming week for us at YHS.
And we were talking right before we went on air about how packed Crane was. And I think you said that's as packed as you've seen it post-COVID, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Since post-COVID, definitely, I think the biggest crowd we've had. We've had crowds, obviously, that size years ago. But, yeah, it was great to see that many people out there tonight or last night. Combination of a lot of things. The weather turned out to be fantastic. I think you and I talked about it earlier. The first game of the year against Watertown was a rainy night. That obviously kept some people at home. And with homecoming and with it be playing T, a high-profile game, and all that added up, and we had a fantastic crowd last night.
Fall sports are coming to, or some of the fall sports are coming to an end. Golf in the ESD meet today. And what do you talk about that?
Absolutely. Hard to believe that we're at that point, but we are. The ESD golf meet is today out in Pierre, so best of luck to the Bucks golfers as they're out there. ESD tennis is on Tuesday already. That's up in Mitchell, so they're wrapping up their season. And speaking of Tuesday, that's the last regular season soccer games for the Bucks and Gazelles home against Roosevelt. So those three sports are really closing in fast on the finish line.
Yeah, and so you have soccer, you have golf, competitive dance and cheer. I still can't believe how many meets they have left. It seems like they've been going the longest, and they just keep on grinding.
Competitive dance and cheer starts their season practice-wise as earliest as you possibly can. And there's a lot of safety and technique things that they need to work on, and there's a reason for that. So realistically, they end up practicing almost 3.5, 4 weeks before they actually start competing. But once they get going, they're once a week and they're flying through. So honestly, they're about the midway point of their competitive part of the season as they've got exactly a month left.
How'd the Gong Show go yesterday?
Gong Show, as always, was enjoyed by all the kids, 9 through 12. They have a great time in there, and we have some very talented kids who come up and put on some acts that are really pretty cool, actually. So, yeah, every year it's interesting to see what the acts are going to be, but a lot of talented kids, and it's a lot of fun had by everybody in the room for sure.
And weekend plans for Ryan Moores?
Got to mow the lawn and try to catch up on some rest and hit the ground running again on Monday morning for sure. How about you?
Well, some rest maybe if Kirby lets me.
Hey, there you go.
She did get home last night. It was I found it a great moment in my life, right? So she was at Crane. Katie wanted her to experience that kind of stuff. They're there for like a quarter,
right?
And then she had to get home to get to bed and stuff. But she puts on Alexa to listen to KYNT, and she hears my voice. And apparently, my daughter refused to get into her pajamas and was running around the house yelling, "Daddy!"
Hey, that's cool. Yeah. Enjoy that because that doesn't last forever.
Until she'll change.
They're at a fun age right now, so make sure you take your time to enjoy that.
I will. Well, that was a quick visit. Go get that rest, get that lawnmower. If you want to stop by my house,
there you go. Just keep mowing the whole neighborhood. Right?
just keep on going down the neighborhood. And I really appreciate you coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, and enjoy your weekend.
All right, that was Ryan Moores, the Yankton High School Activities Director. Join us. We always appreciate him doing so. We'll take a quick break, come back, and continue talking Yankton Bucks football.
Swat Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit Swat Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
In the lab or up on stage, Mount Marty University has a place for you. From athletes and artists to academics and alumni, together we cheer each other on and work to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Show your spirit at a university that celebrates what makes us different. Schedule a tour at Mount Marty University by visiting mountmarty.edu or calling 605-668-1545.
It's time for a new kind of credit card, one that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen credit card by Fnbo earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by Fnbo. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
A radio commercial for hearing loss is tricky. You see, there are two scenarios. Either it's you, or it could be the loved one you're with. Here's how to find out. If the radio is deafeningly loud right now, it's probably not you. If it's not deafeningly loud, look over at your loved one wearing earplugs. Maybe it's time to visit the hearing experts, Avera Medical Group Audiology Yankton. Doctors Matt Rumsey and Kendra Bailey can get you back to never missing a beat during a conversation. They offer the latest technology and free 2-week test drives. Call 605-655-1220.
Truxedo Truck Bed Covers is proud to call Yankton home and be a part of such a strong local community. Truxedo's commitment to excellence in producing the best product available drives us forward. And it's a commitment we share with Yankton High School football. And that's why we're strong supporters of our Yankton Bucks. So let's unite, pack those stands, and cheer on our Bucks to victory. Be loud, be proud, be Yankton.
The warmer months can be wonderful times that allow for plenty of fun outdoors. However, while you may be enjoying the outside time, pests and insects may be trying to find their way inside. Eliminating a pest infestation and ensuring they don't return can be tough to do on your own. But with Olson's Pest Technicians by your side, you can rest assured you're fully protected. Locally owned and operated since 1966, Olson's Pest Technicians provides reliable pest control services to residential and commercial properties. Visit 800KILbugs.com.
And welcome back to the Coaches Corner. Let's talk Yankton Bucks football. The Bucks dropped 38-28, lost to T area last night. Yankton's homecoming matchup. But as I said to begin the show, that's the kind of matchups you want for homecoming. Just a tough fought battle at Crane Youngworth Field, joined by Coach Brady Muth, Coach Justin Olson. Coaches, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Bryce. Well, let's get the tough stuff out of the way first, as I always like to do. First, I'd like to say that I appreciate all officials and what they do for our players, what they do for our game, and tough job. And with that being said, what course of action do you have as coaches when things like, let's say, a 3rd and 4 get marked probably incorrectly? Do you have nothing you can really do about it or say about it, or you just kind of have to let it, of course?
No, there's not much you can do about it. It is what it is, and the biggest thing we have to do is just get ready for the next play and move on. We can ask for a measurement, which we did. I mean, that's well within our right, and they administered the measurement. We came up short, and I guess the real story is if it's 4th and an inch, you got to be able to get that inch. And we didn't, unfortunately we were in that situation, but I think maybe that's the lesson too, that we try to teach our guys, is that you don't necessarily get to dictate what happens in life. You just have to know how to react to it. And we've got to be better at reacting in those situations.
Yeah, and I also had the benefit of watching it in slow motion 247 times. So there's always that. Coach Olson, if it was easy to slow down the wing offensive tee, everyone would do it, or anyone would have had done it by now. But what kind of how do you feel about the overall attack for your defense?
Well, I mean, I wish the outcome would have been a little bit different. When you take a look at the rushing totals, any defensive guy or anybody, any coach would cringe at the 300, almost 400 yards rushing that got ran through. But it's I mean, the wing tee is pretty predictable. However, when you have a team like T, I mean, they have some good players there. Take the hat off to T. They came in, they did what they wanted to do, is run the football. And they have some good guys, some good skill guys as well to complement that wing tee, and they executed. And for us, it's just some little things here and there. We just got to be able to get out there and play a little bit faster and be a little more physical. And I think that we can, correct what we need to correct, and it'll be okay.
And Yankton's offense started strong. Was that nice after a period, being able to get out there, have the whistles blow, and just really get the chains moving? Yeah,
I mean, in Pier 2, outside of getting knocked on our heels a little bit, I mean, we were executing well offensively, and I thought, Coach Huber put together a great game plan for us offensively. We knew that T was going to be, committed to stopping the run. They're not going to let you run the football on you, and whether it makes sense for them schematically or not, they're going to do it. So if they wanted to keep 7-8 guys in the box, they were going to do that and force us to throw. We did, pulled the trigger, and we were really successful. I think Rugby going into that last series that he had was 20 of 23. If you have a quarterback that's shooting at that percentage, you're going to have a pretty good night through the air. So I thought our kids, the protection was, for the most part, pocket was pretty clean. There wasn't really all that many things that got him off schedule last night. And so offensively, it's nice to come out and be firing. And I think the kids learned some lessons last week against Pierre, and we cleaned those up. One thing we kept on was we got to keep going faster and keep the defense uncomfortable. So that's something we got to fix. But, in the end, we talked about this on the radio before the game. The biggest thing is you got to win third down. And we did. I mean, I think our third down percentage was up over 60%, which is pretty good. It's just getting teams off the field on third down as well. We've got to be better at winning downs and not being behind the sticks. And there was a couple of times last night where we kind of had to dig ourselves out of some holes, and that's when you end up with a third and short. That third and short may have been, a second and medium, and you get it rather than being behind the sticks and getting off schedule. So there's just things we've got to win certain downs and be better if we want to get to where we think we should be.
There's some games where I'll whip out the stats. It's a big numbers game. There's some nights like last night where it's more about just effort on the field that really stands out. Shaler Platt, let's go ahead and talk about him a little bit.
Well, Shaler is to watch Shaler in a practice. You don't ever have to wonder where Shaler's commitment level is. He is completely all in. He doesn't dip his toe into anything, and he knew he had a bigger, load to shoulder this week, and he did it. He did exactly what we wanted him to do and needed him to do. And I thought both, offensively, both Shaler and Evan didn't show up in the stat line as much, but there are certain situations where opportunities to get the ball. And then obviously that long pass down the rail for a touchdown. It's those types of things. We've got a team that can handle adversity because of the way they respond. And when you talk about effort, Shaler exemplifies a lot of that last night. But when you talk about effort, that's the thing, going in the locker room after the game. For a coach, it's disappointing after a loss. Every loss is tough and you don't want to get disappointed, but you get disappointed as a coach when you are curious if your team is giving full effort. And I've never had to worry about these guys once with that. You don't ever have to know or wonder what they're thinking or where they're at. They're just going to show up and they're going to do the work. They respond. And I told them that last night. I was proud of them for the way they committed to the game. We just have to be better. And it's okay to say that. We gave forth full effort, and that's great. But there's some things we got to fix. And it starts with us as coaches too.
Yeah, and then you talked about Evan Sirk, obviously the big touchdown. That was nice from Rugby. Put that on a laser, by the way. That was a really nice pass down the side. How nice is it to have Matthew Sheldon back? For both of you.
Yeah, I can't say enough. Shelly, that H-back position on offense is really, really important. And he showed up last night with a reception, bailing. Just to check down to bail our quarterback out. And that H-back moves around so much. You got to be smart. He's only a sophomore, and really he's kind of the straw that stirs the drink a little bit as far as what we can do offensively, with a block, running the ball, which we've got in, but we just haven't got to yet, or catching the ball. He can do all of those things. And so the big thing with Shelley that for us offensively is just gives some stability. And I know defensively he showed up big time last night.
Yeah, he's versatile. You saw him. We call it our jack back. In our 3-5. He put his hand down in the dirt when we went to our other Eagle package, and then he played a little monster or whatever as well. And when a kid like that is built the way he is, he can do some different things, and he's a special talent. Like Coach said, only a sophomore. And that helps us with depth too, where we're right now because of some injuries we're a little bit thin. So Matthew, having him back was a great plus for both sides of the ball.
And I always feel bad when I start to you guys are going to leave here and then be like, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this guy, but that's why we talk to all the coaches, right? But I'm just so impressed with where Lucas Kamshoff has really come into defensively. He's had great games already this season, but he just seems to be involved with everything.
Yeah, and I still think he has another level. I still think he's still trying to get a little bit comfortable with it, but he's doing a heck of a job right now. And going into it, no one thought that he'd be our starting outside backer. But the kid's just talented. He's athletic, and you got to get. It was our mission to get all the most athletic kids on the football field, and that's where he fits, and he's doing a heck of a job, and he's starting to stick his nose in there and just getting after the football, and I'm excited to see his progress, and it's one of those things where the team looks at it. I mean, he's a very unselfish person. He could be clear about this and that, but he comes in, does his job, asks questions if he doesn't know. But he's a smart kid and always in the right spot. And I think we're going to see even a little more aggression, because I saw him stick his hat in there and lay a lick even more than he has previous games. And so look out for number 11
at Brookings Friday. Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium has been a place the last 2 or 3 years where there's been 4 years.
Yeah.
People saw you. Where the Bucks have come up short, but there have been some good games there.
Yeah.
So just how excited are you guys to get up there to just write that? I mean,
and so the good thing going into this week is Brookings does almost the identical stuff that T runs offensively, and so defensively our guys hopefully will progress and get more comfortable with reading guards and taking care of the wing T. Defensively, they play a really, really aggressive, tough form of defense, and they're really always good up front. And so we've got our work cut out for us. And somebody asked me about the schedule early on in the season, and then they asked me just here lately about how I like our schedule. I love our schedule. I like being challenged every week, and that's the way it should be. We knew exactly coming into this phase of our schedule what the games were going to be and how they were going to be, played out. And we knew it was going to be tough sledding here, but we want that. We want adversity. It's going to make us better. And I can tell you this, that the way our guys answer the bell consistently and respond to adversity and respond to tough situations, I will guarantee you that they're going to come out better for this. I do know that. When we get on the other side of this after film this morning, we're going to be a better team for it.
Man, I wanted to relax the morning. You're getting me all pumped up. All right. But Coach Olson, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go to film, and let's get ready for Brookings.
All right.
You bet. Thanks, Bryce.
All right. We'll continue talking Yankton Bucks football when we come back.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please move forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Fieser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, But also, we provide moving boxes in an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
It's the season of getting cozy, the season of warm apple ciders and sweet pumpkin pies. Before it's gone, be sure to get in the car, rev up that engine, put your pedal to the metal, and burn rubber before heading straight to the games. Fall sports are back, and First Dakota is sitting right up front with you on this adrenaline roller coaster. Raise your hands with every game-saving point, shout out your lungs when it kicks into overtime, and enjoy the ride of the season. Make some noise with First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakotanationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
Kids seem to always be misplacing things: socks, shoes, backpacks, books, you name it. So when it comes to important things like EpiPens for serious allergies or inhalers for breathing problems, make sure there's always some on hand when those items go missing or run out. Hi, this is Michael from Yankton Rexall. We pride ourselves on providing accurate prescriptions and appropriate medical information for your child's health. Good health attributes to good students. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce, Ladwig. We'll continue talking Yankton Bucks football. Coach Terry Huber and Coach Brandon Colpitz. Coaches, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Bryce. Oh, obviously, tough 38-28 loss, but those are the kind of games that, you want to win, right? But I mean, those are the kind of games that you want on homecoming, just hard-fought battles, and that was exactly that at Green.
Absolutely, it was a fun game. There's a lot of things that went right. There were some things that went wrong, but yeah, like you said, the competition. That's why we play the game.
And I was talking to Coach Muth this question, Coach Huber, but was it nice to see Yankton's offense getting out there, moving the chains quickly, kind of like they started in Pierre, but then continuing to do so?
Yeah, that first drive, a 13-play drive, knocked it out. Took off a lot more time than we normally do on offense. So it was a little bit kind of change of pace. I didn't necessarily enjoy our tempo right away, but we got the job done. And I'm excited for those guys because they got that feeling of not stalling out, not having some foolish penalty toward the end where we got to kick a field goal, not where we're turning it over on the 10-yard line. We're putting it in the end zone on that first drive. So that was really exciting for the guys.
Shaler Platt did a nice job, getting more carries, and he had the touchdown run where it was, I believe, like a dive right in the middle, right? But then he had the sense of, hey, these holes are collapsing. Nice cut out to the outside, a stiff arm all the way to the end zone. Just what an effort for him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it's not fun losing Swanee, but there's not a real massive drop off because those two they get along really well. They work together. They kind of banter back and forth, which is really fun. But they also help each other out. I know Swanee on the sideline was helping him, kind of communicating the cutbacks and stuff, and you could see the progression that Platt had throughout the game, where he was reading that a lot better. And that happened all throughout the week as well. Just reading that cutback lane, where those safeties and linebackers are filling so that you know where to put your foot in the ground and just get out and go.
Play of the night was Cirque's touchdown. And why don't you just kind of walk us through the play call and then how it just got executed? Because it seemed to go very well. And when you're in the broadcast booth, right, you really see the play about halfway through.
Yep.
Because you're just looking at other things, and then when it already is developed and the action's happening on the field, you're like, oh, that looked easy. But I mean, how did that all go?
It's setting it up. We kind of talked all week. Their flats were definitely susceptible, and the back of the backfield was as well. We know we got Evan Cirque, he's a speedster, and he can get lost pretty easy back there with not being the tallest guy or the biggest guy. Patience. I think patience on Rugby's part was a big part of that play. There were two other guys who were open just right before him, and he could have checked to those, but I think he trusted in the play call. He trusted in himself and in Evan. And shout out to the offensive line on that play as well. They gave great time on that play. They did a pretty good job all night. And then Rugby just threw an absolute dime. You couldn't have asked for a better ball there. I know he had one earlier on too with Tyler in double coverage right on the sideline, just about the same spot. He was on last night, and then Cirque just getting out there and good luck catching him. That was just impressive. He's a phenomenal athlete.
What adjustments did T's defense make at halftime to kind of slow down the Yankton offense?
Yeah, so they started doing a little bit more on the inside.
I thought they were getting some good stunts in on our O linemen, which didn't really help our run game out much. They were fast inside. Losing those big boys that they had previously, I think honestly might have been a little better matchup for us. That speed that they put in there, that was kind of the main factor that kind of slowed us down in the second half.
Yankton back-to-back weeks of blocked extra points. Last night, a Mac attack. Coach Colpitts, what are you teaching these guys?
Well, I mean, we've gone. So I've actually taken a little bit more ownership of trying to go after those. Because in years past, it's kind of been this is kind of what we're gonna do. But the last 2 weeks, I've actually pre-practice have gone out and shown them a diagram. Each of those teams have been susceptible in a certain spot, and the guys did a really good job of trusting it. I thought there was a couple more PATs that we could have blocked if we were a little bit more ready at the line of scrimmage. But they did a good job of executing it. And, T had a weakness, and we took advantage of it, and then they adjusted to it, and, as a good team's going to. But, just a really good job. I love that you said the Mac attack because, it was a really good play by him. I mean, he trusted I told him, so that wing there, he's gonna block down. You got to just run right at his outside shoulder and trust that he's gonna do that, and then you're gonna go around the edge, and it's gonna be a good time. And that was a really big way to end the half. They score, but there's still points out there to be taken away, and so they went and took one away.
Yeah, the nicknames come organically. He earned that. He earned that in basketball last season. So, but I don't do this to you often. But this is what we call a bait and switch. Now, what happened on the points after when T was kind of set up? The one where just Yankton was caught off guard. It just looked like Yankton kind of like deer in the headlights, pun completely intended.
Yeah, so that one's frustrating because we also practiced against that all during the week, and we had everyone was lined up, but one of our players was kind of lollygagging, and the thing that's frustrating is at halftime we knew they needed to get a point back, and it was probably going to come on one of their that swinging gate formation, and it did, and so when one guy's lollygagging, someone else tries to make up for it, and then that leaves that guy wide open. Granted that that's a good play by them. We have not seen that play on film. I'm sure they were saving it for a moment like that, but everyone's got to do their 1/11th, and that was kind of the key of the theme for all of defense last night. Is guys were trying to do other guys' jobs, guys were trusting what they were seeing, and then when they showed up, when you're playing a physical team like T, you have to know exactly where you're going to be, and you have to finish physically. And last night, I just felt like we were on our heels.
1/11th. I need to get like a football sounder. So anytime anyone in here says something so football, where it's just like football, play some Monday Night Football music or something. I don't know. No, but Brookings this coming Friday, and I primed up Coach Muth. He got me all pumped up for the game. He was sitting there, and he was just like, "We're gonna take it to him, and we're gonna get it." And I was getting pumped up. I wanted to have a nice, relaxing morning. But I'm over here like, yes,
beads of sweat coming down. You're ready to go.
But there's been about 4 years of, it's called what it is, disappointment at Dykout Stadium. But they run a very similar offense as to T. So is that a good thing or kind of a bad thing? I mean, or just kind of like,
I'll let you touch on that one there.
Anyone?
No, it's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing because we saw T this week, and I mean, it literally is the same offense. They just might bring their tight end in a little bit more than what T does. But I love it because we didn't do a very good job on it last night, and it gives our guys the perfect opportunity to show what they're made of, that they can retain, the things that they did wrong, learn from them, and go and improve against a team that's going to do something very similar this week. Because here's the deal, in South Dakota, we're in the playoffs already, right? So everything we're doing right now is how are we getting better every week, right? Yes, we want to win the game, but what are we doing to improve so that when we get to that, week 10, 11, 12 into the playoffs, that we are at our absolute best. And last night, we have a lot that we need to learn from, but guess what? We get to go do it against the Brookings team this week. So I'm excited to see that.
I have out-of-state media talking to me. They're always like, how are you already in the playoffs? Like basically that, right? And I say, okay, well, while that part is, you could say unfortunate, whatever, it's also still fun because I look at this entire point in the season forward is all playoffs. It's
Yep.
all about positioning.
Yep.
Yeah.
About not just the first round, but also you have to kind of look. You don't want to be caught looking too far.
Yep.
You had to get by your first round opponent, obviously, but
For sure.
you want to make sure you maybe have 2 home games to try to get to the dome because that ups your chances the most. So that's why every game, quite literally, matters as far as the playoffs.
Yep.
But you guys have any big weekend plans?
I'm actually going to be hanging out at the campground with the family. I think
after you mow the lawn, right?
Yeah.
Lawn.
After the cows get fed, I'll be out there. The one thing, I don't think people truly understand, and I think Coach Colpitz would agree with this. Coach Muth he's very good at understanding family. He knows that we need some time with our families, and the players it's all family first. And so, shout out to him. He's a phenomenal leader. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he truly does, and people really don't know some of the stuff in the background he does for us coaches. So,
well, I always enjoy you guys taking the time to come in here. So enjoy that time with your family. Thanks for coming in, coaches.
Appreciate it, Bryce.
You too.
All right, we keep talking Yankton Books football when we return.
It's not too early to start protecting against influenza, and the single most important step is to get your flu shot. Yankton Medical Clinic PC offers the vaccine to all those 6 months and older and is hosting drive-through flu shot clinics with no appointment necessary. Wednesday, September 28th, Tuesday, October 11th, and Wednesday, October 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. Visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com/flu for information and registration forms. Keep yourself and those you love healthy this flu season. Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for nearly 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, or it looks more like gardening, household chores, exercising, or just daily life, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. First Chiropractic Centers, whole health with hands-on healing, with offices in Yankton, Scotland, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner.
Investing in your home is easier and more fun when you have local choices. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors. Free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch.
Whoa, that's good.
Education. That is one of our core values here at Missouri River Associates. Just making a sale is not our number one priority here. Our office is here to educate you on your choices in the insurance world. We are here to guide you in making the right choice for you, your family, or your business. Our agents are honest and transparent with you on your coverages. Let one of our agents show you your options today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
You're listening to The Coaches Show on KYNT and KYNT-TV, brought to you by Swat Chiropractic and Rehab.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. We continue talking Yankton Bucks football. Coach Brady Hale, Coach Matt Decker join us. We'll talk a little bit about varsity, and then we'll talk JV Bucks football. Coaches, good morning.
Morning.
All right, first thing to Coach Hale, rugby balled out last night. And by that, not even just statistically, just he really does have that, as the kids would say, he has that dog in him.
Yeah, that is accurate. Just observing rugby before the game and all that stuff going on, you could tell he was ready to go and locked in, which is not to say that he's normally not, but yesterday was a little different. And he played his butt off out there. The first half couldn't have went much better for us offensively. Had a few hiccups there in the second half, but Rugby's leading those guys, the whole time, and he does a great job of getting us in situations and executing plays that we put in front of him. And he obviously makes a few extra plays too that you, as a defense, I'm sure, are just a nightmare to try to defend a kid like that. So he did another great job last night, and continuing to be excited to watch him play.
Coach Decker, Tyler Solar, 77 yards, Evan Sirk, 66. Tucker Gilmore, 39, Cody Oswald, 33, Austin Goebel, and Matthew Sheldon, 19, and then finally Shooter Flat, 11 yards. That was a steady receiving core last night.
Yeah, I really thought some of those guys did a good job improving and even had the best game of the season. Tucker Gilmore came out in pregame, focused and energetic, and it was kind of a Tucker we haven't seen yet, and he did everything we asked of him, and he had his best game of the season. And so those bright spots in a loss are always okay to focus on, I think, and just how some guys are improving throughout the season as it goes on.
And when I was writing that out for stats, I was like, well, no, now I have to include them. They have 19. Like, where do you cut the line off? But everyone just really contributed last night on that receiving core. It's nice to see a lot of those extra names get thrown in.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaler is doing a good job, and Austin, again, had a good night doing what we needed him to do and coming off the line and working off of a man press with T. And, we just kind of flooded those guys with confidence all week, and, granted, T did a good job for the most part, but, I thought we outmatched them and their defensive backs last night.
39-12 victory over Dakota Valley at Crane North Field on Monday afternoon. JV Bucks football. Let's go ahead and start with the offensive performance. Coach Hale?
Yeah, so we had another good offensive performance there on Monday. Easton Nelson played really well. He had 3 rushing touchdowns as our quarterback. And then as you saw just last night, Evan Sirk is now making important plays on Friday nights, and he should be doing that. So we've had to move up some guys, and Jay Sedlacek played running back for us, and he rushed for over 100 yards as a freshman in a JV game, his first JV game there. So it's been fun to see just guys step up. Dakota Valley, they run an interesting offense similar to T, and it takes some time to adjust to that. And overall, I thought our guys played hard, and it was just a hard-fought victory. And now we got one more home game here coming up next Monday, and excited to keep it rolling.
Now, you can actually help settle a debate. Every once in a while, you'll have an office debate where it'll go on for maybe one conversation. And then you have ones maybe for a couple of days. Or you have the one that revolves the name Sedlacek that has gone on for about 3 weeks. Now, we're trying to nail down the actual pronunciation of this name. I've heard it 4 different ways, and there's 4 camps that refuse to budge, including those that actually have talked to the people with the name.
See, I'm Sedlacek, but, I haven't even heard a different pronunciation. I won't even hear it.
What are some?
I don't know what the other ones are.
Sedlacek.
Oh wow.
Yep. And now that you re-put the spot on me, I'm like, wait, what were the other 2? But trust me, there was 4 camps.
Sedlacek.
Sedlacek. And obviously they would know, but there's people that surprises me, even though you tell them like, no, I just talked to them, and this is like his last name. They're like, no, they don't know.
I his last name could be whatever, but I mean. It's obviously important to have him out there. He did a great job. So Sedlacek, however you pronounce that, we're happy that you're on the JV team.
I'm going to start making you question it now. No, let's talk about the defensive.
Yeah, our defensive guys, we had a tough time coming out in the first half, even the first quarter, and then we adjusted right away, and we really took off the rest of the game. And that we kind of adjusted, went to a 3-man down, 3 defensive linemen down front, and put Jason there at linebacker to hold the edge, and he did a good job. And JV is about developing those guys who might not have a whole bunch of chances to develop during the week, and they did a really good job defensively. So we have a lot of guys who are getting a lot of spots and a lot of playing time to prepare themselves for that varsity level next year or this year. You never know. So it's fun to watch.
Host Brookings Monday, and there'll be some players on that Brookings team that are probably going to see some varsity time, right? Same with the Bucks as always. So kind of a pre-scouting for varsity.
Yeah, so Brookings runs the same offense that T runs, wing T. And you'd think if we after seeing it so much this year already, we got it figured out, right, Bryce? I hope so. But Brookings will be, I'm sure they're having some kids that are just like us, where they're JV studs and they play on Friday nights as well. So, that's just something that some of these kind of ESD schools that might not be the biggest schools in the conference are having to deal with. You're going to face guys that are definitely varsity players on JV fields.
No, those being offenses are also a broadcaster's worst nightmare because of all the counters and things. I'm always like, all right, well, Day Young, no, never mind. I was getting told just the entire time, just correcting myself all night. But if it's hard for me to keep up with the ball, I imagine like the linebacking core trying to do it so as well. So we'll see how it all goes. But good luck in the JV performance Monday. What's the start time on that?
4:15.
4:15 at Crane at Youngworth Field. Coaches, big weekend plans?
Well, I'm watching my Jacks.
You going?
I'm not going to go, but go Yotes.
I wouldn't go to that one. I wouldn't go to that one
do
either.
You need tickets? I may know
No, I got tickets.
Okay.
I wouldn't go to that one either.
Hey, I'm going. It's gonna be the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Another Vermiracle.
Oh, okay. Well, just speaking about, you brought it up.
There we go.
You brought it up. So, the Vermiracle. And how many days has it been since the Jacks beat the Yotes?
I don't know.
Including the COVID year where they didn't play. But anyway, I will say.
I don't remember. I don't keep track of that stat.
All right. So just that classic story where everyone hears, right? Where it's, I was going to go to the game, but all right, I had tickets to that game, but I sent Coach Muth and his father to the game instead. They took our tickets because my wife and I were struck with the stomach flu. Oh. Yeah. So about 15 seconds of that day, though, I wasn't sick. You know when that was?
I wonder when that was.
Yeah.
See, there was that dome was empty because everybody, even including the old Verm fans, thought that game was over.
More room for joy.
Yeah. Hey. You could have snuck in, Bryce. You could have snuck in.
It was a great experience.
Gotta give him props. I mean, that's the ESPN play of the year.
I'll always remember that.
It was a fun. But coaches, enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Bryce.
All right, we'll continue here on the Coach's Corner after a quick break.
Swat Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit Swat Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
In the lab or up on stage, Mount Marty University has a place for you. From athletes and artists to academics and alumni, together we cheer each other on and work to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Show your spirit at a university that celebrates what makes us different. Schedule a tour at Mount Marty University by visiting mountmarty.edu or calling 605-668-1545.
It's time for a new kind of credit card, one that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen credit card by Fnbo earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by Fnbo. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
A radio commercial for hearing loss is tricky. You see, there are two scenarios. Either it's you or it could be the loved one you're with. Here's how to find out. If the radio is deafeningly loud right now, it's probably not you. If it's not deafeningly loud, look over at your loved one wearing earplugs. Maybe it's time to visit the hearing experts, Avera Medical Group Audiology Yankton. Doctors Matt Rumsey and Kendra Bailey can get you back to never missing a beat during a conversation. They offer the latest technology and free 2-week test drives. Call 605-655-1220.
Truxedo Truck Bed Covers is proud to call Yankton home and be a part of such a strong local community. Truxedo's commitment to excellence in producing the best product available drives us forward. And it's a commitment we share with Yankton High School football. And that's why we're strong supporters of our Yankton Bucks. So let's unite, pack those stands, and cheer on our Bucks to victory. Be loud, be proud, be Yankton.
The warmer months can be wonderful times that allow for plenty of fun outdoors. However, while you may be enjoying the outside time, pests and insects may be trying to find their way inside. Eliminating a pest infestation and ensuring they don't return can be tough to do on your own. But with Olson's Pest Technicians by your side, you can rest assured you're fully protected. Locally owned and operated since 1966, Olson's Pest Technicians provides reliable pest control services to residential and commercial properties. Visit 800KILBugs.com.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please go forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. We continue Yankton Bucks football, but we'll turn our attention to the 9th grade level. Be joined by Coach Jason Savvy. Coach, good morning.
Morning.
All right, 12-6 victory over Dakota Valley at Crane Youngworth Field Thursday afternoon. We'll jump right into it. Coach Swat unable to join us this morning. That's fine. Why don't you kind of talk about the defensive side of the ball, though?
Yeah, defensively, it took us probably the first drive. Dakota Valley marched it down the field and scored right away. But then after that, our defense settled in, and they never got on the board after that. Even had a great 4-down stand towards the end where Dakota Valley was looking to tie it up. But our defense, they stood up and held them, and just got better as the game went on, started to get things figured out. Ended up, coming back with a lot of pressure helped a lot. We finally got some pressure on their quarterback. They're not a throwing team, so we knew if we could get the pressure on their quarterback, that was going to help a lot, and we did. Got 3 sacks and some other tackles for losses. Ended up getting a couple good fumble recoveries, 2 interceptions, Cale Hazelhorse and Gavin Johnson, thanks to the pressure, that we put on them. So defense really stood up and made the difference.
And then on our offensive side of the ball, you have your stat sheet in front of you, kind of like who was, as Coach Muth likes to say, who was the straw that was stirring the drink?
We lost Jay Sedlacek, got moved up this week. So, he was a big part of our offense and special teams. I mean, he was our running back, kicker, punter, starting linebacker. So really we're replacing like 4 guys in one. But it gives these other guys an opportunity to step up and see some quality time and stuff and get experience. So that's always a good thing. And he's doing well up with the JV already, and that's great to see. But Jolton Rymanton, he came in and filled in really well for Jace at our starting running back. Had some nice carries. We had a tough time moving the ball on offense. We only ended up with about 34 total yards rushing. So that was a little bit of a struggle. But, we did some things in the passing game. Ended up with about 90 yards total passing. And a couple of those are huge plays. Dakota Valley ended up going for it on a 4th down from about midfield just before half. And we were able to throw a nice long pass. Easton Fieser threw a nice long pass to Abe O'Brien, who got us inside the 5. So in one play, we were down on the goal line basically, and then Jolton was able to run it in for 4 yards, so it tied it up at halftime and 6-6. So that was a good momentum builder for us going into half, and then made a few adjustments. But it was a defensive battle on both sides. Obviously, a low-scoring game, but we pulled out kind of the rabbit out of the hat, pulled a little option pass out, and luckily Dakota Valley bit, and Jolton threw a nice 39-yard touchdown pass to Cale Hazelhorse, which ended up being the winning score. So even though we struggled offensively, we had guys step up and make plays when we needed to, and, we were able to come away with a nice win.
T area on Thursday, correct? Or at T area?
Yep.
On Thursday. Does the T 9th grade run the wing offense as well? Are they just building that from the bottom up?
They'll run pretty much the same thing. So nice thing is we got to see it last night front and center. And we'll we'll practice this week. Starting Monday, we'll run some of their offense against our defense and get them kind of used to that. It's a tricky offense. I mean, there's just a lot going on in that backfield, a lot of movement going on. So we just got to be disciplined. We always teach the boys, it's more what we do on our side of the ball than anything. If you're disciplined and you know what your responsibility is supposed to be, you just have to carry out your job. Everybody does their job. Things will be fine. So
what's on the docket at the Savvy household this weekend?
We're going to, my wife and I are going to take in the big USD and NDSU game today. So we're going to go over and watch that and hope the Yotes can pull an upset there.
Would you be freaked out if all of a sudden I sit like a row away from you? Because you never know. I'm there today too.
That'd be awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Savvy, always appreciate you joining us. And congratulations on the victory over Dakota Valley, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep, you too. Thanks.
All right, we'll see you the Coach's Corner when we come back. Talk Yankton Gazelles volleyball.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Fieser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers. Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
It's the season of getting cozy, the season of warm apple ciders and sweet pumpkin pies. Before it's gone, be sure to get in the car, rev up that engine, put your pedal to the metal, and burn rubber before heading straight to the games. Fall sports are back, and First Dakota is sitting right up front with you on this adrenaline roller coaster. Raise your hands with every game-saving point, shout out your lungs when it kicks into overtime, and enjoy the ride of the season. Make some noise with First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakotanationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
Kids seem to always be misplacing things: socks, shoes, backpacks, books, you name it. So when it comes to important things like EpiPens for serious allergies or inhalers for breathing problems, make sure there's always some on hand when those items go missing or run out. Hi, this is Michael from Yankton Rexall. We pride ourselves on providing accurate prescriptions and appropriate medical information for your child's health. Good health attributes to good students. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
It's not too early to start protecting against influenza, and the single most important step is to get your flu shot. Yankton Medical Clinic PC offers the vaccine to all those 6 months and older and is hosting drive-through flu shot clinics with no appointment necessary. Wednesday, September 28th, Tuesday, October 11th, and Wednesday, October 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. Visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com/flu for information and registration forms. Keep yourself and those you love healthy this flu season. Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
Have aches and pains taken you out of your game? At First Chiropractic Centers, we have been helping people get back into their game for nearly 40 years. Whether your game is sports related, or it looks more like gardening, household chores, exercising, or just daily life, if your pain is preventing you from enjoying or participating in your chosen activity, we can help. First Chiropractic Centers, whole health with hands-on healing, with offices in Yankton, Scotland, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner.
Thanks to all the football coaches for coming in, talking Yankton Bucks football. We turn our attention to volleyball now. Coach Chelsea Law in the studio. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Last Gazelles matchup, lost in 3 sets at home to Sioux Falls Lincoln. That was on Tuesday evening.
Yep.
25-16, 11, and 16. Just kind of jump right into how you felt that performance went from opening serve.
Yeah, it was just, a lot of inconsistencies. We did get a chance, just because we only had one game this week, we did get the chance to sit down and watch some film and kind of see, you can say, let's make sure we're doing this. I want you to try doing this. You're not doing this. But sometimes you really do have to see for yourself what you're doing during a match. And we were able to do that. And they could definitely see inconsistencies not playing to our full potential. When you look back at, we had a really great week last week where we were kind of like, yep, we're going every step forward here. Huron was a great match. Mitchell was a great match. Just to look at and to see the differences of your play and why you're playing that way. Good self-reflection, which I'm sure they probably get super tired of me saying, but self-reflection is huge for you as a player, as a human. I truly believe in it.
Just asking the question, I realized I said the word home, which hasn't happened a lot. I know that you've been, I was still just surprised. I know you've been home now for a few matches, right? But two, excuse me. Two. It's not even a few, technically a couple. But how does the team like being at home finally, kind of more consistently?
It is. It's just nice being in your home gym, in your home crowd. And they can get a crowd from the student section. You're not traveling on a bus for 2.5 hours, right? And then you get back and late nights and you get up and do it again. You don't have time to squeak in like the watching of film and things that you like to do, because it is beneficial. It's just great to be home and to kind of feel like you can catch up a little bit with time and things like that. And just it's nice to be at home, comfortable.
Where's the balance for you as a coach between looking at this team as its own versus comparing it to last year?
Yeah.
Because there is benefits, right, to looking at where were we last year to where we're at now. But then there's also downfalls to doing that, right?
Right. We just want to say, like, for me, all of the great strides and things that happened for Gazelle volleyball last year, you want to say, what are the top 3 things that we, and not just as, isolation of players, but we as a team are the top 3 things that we did really, really well. Like, what do we always want to do? So we want to have that mentality in every single game that we're playing are the top 3 things that Gazelle volleyball is always going to do really well. That's our takeaway from stuff.
Yeah, and there was a lot of things last year, but there's still good things from this year.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing from the team is just the fight, and that's not even just a cliche thing to say.
Right,
you're in every set.
Yes, absolutely, and that's we always want to come out and play competitive volleyball. We want to make sure we're playing to our potential, and that's kind of the inconsistencies of things with kind of a young team. Not so young because they have some experience, but you're finding the chemistry and the fit and how we can keep that. And the word that they thought of this week was like intensity. How can we come out and always be the intense competitive team that we know we can be, right? Being confident, those types of things.
This next question is on the Mount Rushmore of most common open-ended questions in history. But take it however you will. But how do you feel now with the growth of your team to this point from where you kind of expected them to be? Because we're at the halfway point or even just beyond it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're similar-ish to sort of, there's a couple of games that we won last year that this year we did not, right? And they know that, they see that, and they kind of think, okay, well, why did that happen, right? So we reflect, and I always think you always learn from a loss. Even from this week, I don't feel that we played our best potential for Sioux Falls Lincoln. We could definitely be more consistent with the intensity and controlling of errors and things like that. So you do look at that, and you look at growth and where you want to be at this point in time. I'm sure, yes, of course, they would say, we should have done this. We should have won here. Yeah, but you don't want to get stuck too much in the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. We're going to do something about it. So at this point in time, you look ahead, take a game at a time. We are at the point in our season where we get to see more of our ESD matchups. So, if somebody would say, hey, where are you guys at in the ESD? And we're 1-2 right now. So we haven't even gotten to play our conference matches and things like that. So we are, I feel, competitively ready because we played really good teams to help us, like you said, persevere, to dig. We got a little fight. Like, we've taken people to 5 matches. We're in every set, right? You're there. Like, you watch up until those 15, 16 point marks. We are in it. We just have to make sure that we consistently stay. That we want to push, right? We don't want to give people the window opportunities for us to force errors. And we want to force errors. We want to capitalize on the things that we do really well.
That's good. And the girls are having fun. I mean, that's at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what we want. We do every week. We've got a word, we like, what are really great volleyball players? What do they do? And we want to pick out a word for the week. And last week was fun. And you could see that in the Mitchell and the Huron game. They were having fun. And we want to make sure if that's your number one thing right now you need to do to get through a game, then we want to always have fun.
That usually breeds success.
Yes.
So at the end of the day,
yes, it does.
Sioux Falls Jefferson Tuesday evening hosting
Yay!
another home game. Geez, getting spoiled with all these home games.
Well, 3 in a row.
But yeah, 5-2 Jefferson. What can you tell me about them?
Jefferson, anytime you're going to play that metro area, they're going to be good, right? They're going to swing. Their defense is good. You got to be ready. And I think what we talked about this week too is I can't control what goes on the other side of the nets, but we can try and control what we can do. So if we know that we are really good defensively, we're really strong hitters, we want to be smart, move the ball around. We know Camille's always going to get to a ball and want to do something with the ball. We want to use your strengths, be consistent with your strengths, and control the game that we know that we can play.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And guess what? There will be games. I don't have my broadcast schedule in front of me, but KYNT TV will be returning to Yankton Gazelles volleyball. In our defense, no one's mad. I get that. But in our defense, there was a lot of road games.
We were on the road for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. And so there really wasn't any openings. And then the ones that there happened to be, there was conflicts. I was like, well,
the Thursday night thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. We had Chiefs on KYNT, and go Chiefs. Actually, I'm a Viking. I'm actually a Viking fan.
I was going to say,
I'm contractually obligated.
Like that might be.
I'm contractually obligated to say go Chiefs.
Actually, that's the footnote.
Footnote. Make sure you say go Chiefs when you mention Chiefs. No, but I'm excited to get back into the summit and there for the last stretch of the season, and just keep it up. And appreciate you joining us here this morning.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Chelsea Law, Yankton Gazelles volleyball. We'll come back and continue here on the Coaches Corner.
Investing in your home is easier and more fun when you have local choices. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors. Free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Education. That is one of our core values here at Missouri River Associates. Just making a sale is not our number one priority here. Our office is here to educate you on your choices in the insurance world. We are here to guide you in making the right choice for you, your family, or your business. Our agents are honest and transparent with you on your coverages. Let one of our agents show you your options today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
welcome back to the Coaches Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Thanks to all of our in-studio coaches and to Pizza Ranch for delivering some amazing pizza to our coaches. And who am I kidding? To myself. I've been known to have a slice or 5, and it is absolutely delicious. But no, seriously, thanks to the coaches for taking time out of the weekends to come in. We're not done yet. I just think that is it for our in-studio coaches. And we'll talk right now. Yankton Gazelles and Bucks soccer. They are in Aberdeen this afternoon. We'll start with the Gazelles. 0-1 loss to Pierre at home on Tuesday. They are now 2-9-1 on the season, currently 15th in Class AA, 8th in the ESD standings. And as the Sodex 16 would shape up right now, they would currently be traveling to Harrisburg. It'll be a tough matchup. Excuse me. And yeah, so that's where they would be sitting right now. But as I said, they are at 8-1-1 Aberdeen this afternoon. So it doesn't get much easier for the Yankton Gazelles. Wish them the best of luck. They begin, I believe, at noon. And then after them, it will be the Yankton Bucks. The Bucks coming off a 4-2 win versus Pierre on Tuesday. They are now 6-4-2, 10th in AA, 5th in ESD conference standings. Would currently be traveling to Aberdeen Central for the Sodex 16. So they have possibly... And it swings so much before the end of the year, but this very well could be a preview of the Sodex 16 matchup for the Yankton Bucks. And the Bucks 7-2-1 facing Aberdeen, or I should say Aberdeen is 7-2-1 hosting them. They will follow the Yankton Gazelles. Gazelles tennis. They last defeated Sioux Falls, Washington 7-2, Harrisburg 6-3 in a triangular Thursday afternoon. The first season in Class AA seems to be a success, so I'm really looking forward to talking to Coach Vanessa Rockney probably next weekend. I think I didn't really look at the weekend schedule, but looking forward to talking to her about that. The ESD conference meet is on Tuesday, the 27th at Hitchcock Park in Mitchell, and they've played there. They've had success there, but I can't believe we're already at the ESD meet portion of the schedule. That is absolutely insane. And then we have Yankton cross country. They had their invite yesterday at Fox Run Golf Course and did very well for varsity. We'll talk about the girls 5K run. The top time overall from Vermilion was Radigan Callie, and she had a 2016.31. And then right on her heels, also from Vermilion, Barda Taylor, apologize if I mispronounced the name, 2025.85, and then another Vermilion runner, Anderson Lydia, 2032.08. So running as a group, they did a nice job. But the top runner for Yankton was in fourth, Thea Chance, 2035.82. So congratulations to her. Sydney Sirk finished 12th with a 22.24.66, and then Shay Rumsey finished right behind her, 22.44.43. Claire Terashinsky, 23.19.06, finished 17th. And that was it for the Yankton Gazelles. Now we'll turn to Bucks varsity. And on the top is from Yankton, Dylan Payer, 16.43.34. Congratulations to Dylan Payer. And then in third and fourth, respectively, Zachary Fetty finished third, 17.44.61. And just a couple seconds behind him, Nate Schoenfelder, 17.47.33. And then Harrison Kraske, 18.08.71, finished sixth. And then Abram Chance finished 18.36.04, and he finished 12th. And then you have Taylor Wensloff, finished 16th at 19.07.32. Oliver Dooley finished 18th, 1937.94. And then Sam Larrington finished 21st, 2011.27. And that would be it for Yankton. So congratulations to the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on their performance at the Yankton Invite. Very, very exciting indeed. And I just really want to say again, thanks to the coaches for coming in. I really appreciate them taking the time. You know, they have families and they have things they want to do, but they also want to talk about their teams, and we want them to. And that's why I'm just really grateful for them coming into the studio or taking the time to even talk to me via phone, like we will have our next two guests doing Well, actually, not live on the phone, not on the Pizza phone line, but however, it will be recordings that I had with Coach Stacy Reichen, recorded her Thursday evening from the home studio. And then I talked to Coach Brett Syme Thursday, I want to say Thursday afternoon, in preparation for the boys ESD meet here. Actually, it's going on right now. Just began about 15 minutes ago. Up here. So we'll talk to both of them via the recording. And why don't you just go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back and jump right in. This is the Coach's Corner.
Swat Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit Swat Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
In the lab or up on stage, Mount Marty University has a place for you. From athletes and artists to academics and alumni, together we cheer each other on and work to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Show your spirit at a university that celebrates what makes us different. Schedule a tour at Mount Marty University by visiting mountmarty.edu or calling 605-668-1545.
It's time for a new kind of credit card, one that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen credit card by Fnbo earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by Fnbo. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
You're listening to The Coaches Show on KYNT and KYNT-TV, brought to you by Swat Chiropractic and Rehab.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig here with you, and go ahead and play a recording. I talked to Coach Stacy Reichen Thursday evening, and they had just gotten done with a coronation, the burning of the withe, and then last night, and remember, this hadn't happened by the time we recorded this, so we'll talk in future tense. It's a very time travel-y thing sometimes when you're playing clips from earlier in the week and things have happened, but she'll be talking about the performance that they actually had last night, did very well, all the way into their meet today. But here's Coach Stacy Reichen, again, recorded Thursday evening. And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig recording this Thursday evening with Coach Stacy Reichen of Yankton Competitive Dance. Coach, well, good evening, but good morning as this is playing Saturday morning.
Yes, happy morning to you.
Three things we need to talk about. First, Tuesday coming in second at the Huron Invite. Congratulations. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about how you feel your girls performed?
Yeah, it was great. It was a little different. They did the order of the performance differently, actually. The pom dance, we were the first ones out of the gates, first dance of the night. So that was a little different feel for our girls. Normally the pom dance goes second, but I thought they did well. You watch it as a coach right there on the floor in front of you, and you feel like it went okay. And then we always videotape it. Then you watch the video, and there were a couple of spots where we were off on our formations and some timing things. But they still did pretty well. They got a 250 in pom. And then the jazz hit the floor, and we talked about committing to the dance a lot. And I kind of tried to give a really inspirational pep talk to the girls before we went into jazz. And I think it sunk in a little bit, like commit to it and start to finish and just give it everything you have. And then when they read the scores off, Coach Wells, the cheer coach, videotaped. She's like, you have to have won that. That was so good. And so she videotaped the announcing of the jazz dance. And so it was pretty cool to watch that played back and to see how excited the girls were because they won the jazz category on Tuesday night. That was a real accomplishment for our team.
Well, the results came in, and I was very happy for you and all of the team. So again, congratulations. And now you have a public performance, a really public performance as a homecoming. Why don't you tell us what the activities are for Yankton Dance?
Yeah, so it's a busy couple days. I talked with the girls this morning at practice and said that Thursday, we had practice Thursday night. They performed at Coronation. So we're just getting done with that for tonight. So that was all for fun. They did the pom dance, so it's kind of fun because not many people come to the dance meets, and so a different crowd gets to see that. And then tomorrow, they are having an act in the gong show at the high school. They're performing their hip hop for that. So I'm kind of a little bummed I don't get to see it in person, but someone will videotape it for me. So they're going to do that. And at the high school tomorrow too, there's a pep rally. So they have another dance that they learned for that. So we have 2 dances tomorrow. Then they will go down and they will walk in the homecoming parade. And then tomorrow night, they'll cap off the evening with performing at halftime for the Buck football game. And they will get to do the pom dance there. So I'm excited to see it in person then. But yeah, so it's a busy 2 days here at practice. Thursday morning, we talked about like these 2 days are for fun. Make the memories, enjoy it, and soak it in. When we get to that meet on Saturday in Harrisburg, we're back to business.
Geez, as busy as they are and the whole team is, you think they just want to get back to a competitive schedule? Because this seems like a lot in a very short amount of time.
It is a lot in a short amount of time, but I mean, that's what homecoming is about. Being a Yankton alumni, I told the girls today at practice, I said, you as a kid, you the whole week is just fun for you. And you as an adult now, I realize what the teachers and the administration and the staff and the faculty, what they put into homecoming week so that I could enjoy it as a kid. And I said, I want you to just think about that and tell somebody at school, thank you, because of everything that goes into that week and how much fun the kids get to have and how many memories they get from high school and all of the work that goes behind the scenes from the staff and the teachers at the high school. And even I teach at the middle school, and the community. And you see people come out to Coronation every year, even though they don't have high school kids, because they love the tradition of Coronation and the burning of the Y. So just cherish that, say thank you, be appreciative, because it is a very cool thing to have every year.
No, absolutely. And as this is playing Saturday morning, and again, thanks for joining us early on or late Thursday evening to record this. You, the girls, are at Harrisburg for the Harrisburg invite. Now, is that right at the Harrisburg High School gym? I'm assuming.
Yep, yes, it is. It's in the Harrisburg High School gym. It'll be a tough meet for us. Coming off of homecoming, that's always a challenge to get their energy back up. I'll give them some extra sugar. I bought some pixie sticks. So I'll give them some extra sugar before we hit the floor. But all the Sioux Falls team that was in Huron on Tuesday night was Sioux Falls, Washington. Harrisburg was also there, and I kind of put them into Sioux Falls anymore because they're so close. But all the rest of the Sioux Falls high schools will be there. Sioux Falls O'Gorman's been really good this year, so that's somebody we're kind of keeping our eye on and trying to stay ahead of them if we can, trying to stay ahead of Harrisburg too. The girls have a real determination to do well at ESD since that's another home meet for us. And I think after getting 289 in jazz, I kind of looked, Brandon is the top school in ESD and their jazz was like 293. And I'm like, well, 289 is awful close to 293. So we might be able to pull something out here. Let's get this. So I think they've seen that we're coming down to getting close to the end of the season already. It's crazy for me to think that since we've started in August and now it's, on the downhill slide, but the girls they're ready to finish and we've been working hard as a team, perfecting little things, just cleaning everything up as much as we can. We'll continue to push till the end of the season and hopefully finish strong and where we want to be.
I'm looking at the schedule, and while you are correct, obviously, that you're at the halfway point going downhill, there still is a lot of competition left. It just reminds me of just the grind that these girls go through because you still have, after the Harrisburg meet, 3 regular invites, and then you get into your, quote unquote playoffs, your ESD meet and state tournament. This is a very long schedule for these girls.
Yeah, it is. It's a long schedule. But yet it's fast. Like it's the first quarter of the school year and then it's done. So it's a grind. You can tell this week because we practice, in the morning that it's starting to wear on them. Like they're like, okay, 6 a.m. and I'll try and play a little any kind of music I can play to get them moving in the morning. After one of the meets, after the home meet, I brought in donuts. So I was like, I'll bring donuts.
You just keep bringing in sugar. All
I
right,
do.
today's sugar
The
intake.
more sugar, the better. Here you go. Here's your sugar.
Yep.
They're all into V8 energy drinks. So if you can't find V8 energy drinks around town, chances are the dance team has bought them out. So yeah, but it's just fun. I mean, at the same time, I'm excited. I'm excited for the downhill slide of the season, hoping that we do finish where we need to. But I'm excited for the girls. They've worked so hard, and I've talked about it all year. These girls have all danced together since they've been 3, and so they have become a really tight family. And it's a neat thing for me to see as a coach and as a mom, just that tightness and community bond that they have and togetherness. They are there for each other a lot, whether it's on the floor, at school, outside of school, any kind of thing that they can do. They're a great group of girls.
Well, Coach, as always, I appreciate you joining us. And to remind those people, this is Plain Saturday morning. Yes, we're recording this Thursday night, and we have all day Friday homecoming festivities all coming up.
Yes.
So try to wrap your mind around that.
Yep. Hopefully they all come out to the game, cheer on the Bucks to a victory against T, and we'll see what happens. Since I'm hoping, this is Thursday, but I'm hoping Friday or Saturday morning when you have those football coaches in, it's an exciting time.
Yes, and good luck to all the girls for all their homecoming performances. And again, Coach, good luck, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Coach Stacey Reichen, Yankton Competitive Dance. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
All right. Thanks to Coach Stacey Reichen for taking the time to sit down with an interview with me. And we're going to turn our attention now to Yankton Bucks Golf, able to join Coach Brett Syme via telephone also on Thursday afternoon. Here's that conversation. And welcome back to the Coach's Corner, being joined by Coach Brett Syme, Yankton Bucks Golf, being pre-recorded Thursday because, Coach, as we are recording this, you are participating in the ESD conference meet. We'll get to that in a second. But first, let's go over the Watertown invite. Coach, you had 6 finishers, all within 4 strokes of each other. Now, that is what I call a team effort.
Yeah, they were all right around each other. A bunch of them wanted to be under 80, but we got to Watertown. We didn't think the wind was going to blow very much. The wind picked up, and it ended up being a little bit tougher day than we thought it might be, but made some of the tough holes on that golf course even tougher. But, we got to play with the conditions because it's the same for everybody out there. And, we did have some really good things happen that day. Parker Riley led us with an 80. He hadn't been the low score for our varsity yet this year, so that was good to see him play well. And he really finished strong with 2 birdies on his last 2 holes to get him down there. So, it was good to see him play really good. He's come a long ways this year, and we're hoping to see him keep playing well. The brothers, Dawson Bellick and Easton Bellick, both shot 81. I know they were maybe a little disappointed with their effort, but, Easton had kind of a tough start, and he battled all day and ended up shooting a pretty good score. Dawson, he had a couple of holes that he could have maybe made a little better in the middle, but, ended up shooting an okay score. Henry Homestead shot 82, so that rounded out our counters. We shot 324, which was good enough for 5th place behind Pierre, Watertown, Harrisburg, and then another Watertown team. But Miles Krasky shot 83, Evan Ness shot 84. So, pretty good all-around efforts for our kids. I know, towards the end of the round, Evan was actually playing really good early. Had a little bit of trouble on a couple of the tougher holes at the end that were playing into the wind. Or he would have maybe been right up there in the top. But, we're learning a lot about our team. We're learning where we need to improve a little bit. And that's a good thing because, we've only got 2 tournaments left. We've got the conference and the state meet that are left. And, that's one of the big things going into that is we've got to know what we need to improve on and work on those things here in the next week and a half so that we can do better in those 2 tournaments.
And the ESD conference meet, Coach, again, as this is playing, it started 10 a.m. out at the Hillsview Golf Course. Why don't you give us a little bit of an ESD conference preview?
Well, we did go out there and play in the Peer Invite earlier, and we are going to play a practice round before the tournament, so that should help us get a little more familiar with the course. It's not too bad. It's not a super long course, which is, it's a good thing for us. But as I look at it, when we played there before, we shot a 320, which at that point had been the best score of the year for us. We've since beat that, which is good. Hopefully that means we're improving. But I think we were, somewhere around that 5th place in the Peer Invite. I don't remember right off the top of my head what place we were, but I know we did tie for 5th with Brookings. Now that I look at my records here, we had some good individual efforts there, so we're hoping to go up and maybe, improve on that score a little bit. And, there are 3 teams in our conference that have kind of distanced themselves from everybody else. You've got Harrisburg, you've got Peer, and you've got Watertown. So, it's kind of a pick-em. Any of those 3 could possibly win. I kind of give the nod to Peer. They seem to play their course really well. But those other 2 teams really have good players. So it'll be interesting to see how that shapes up. But, for us, if we play well, we could probably get 4th. You never know. We could get 3rd. We ended up beating Watertown in a tournament here not too long ago. And we tied them in our invite. So, hopefully we could possibly maybe break into that top 3. But, it's kind of been a crapshoot from that 4 through 5, 6, 7 spot in our conference when we played against each other in some of these tournaments. So, I'm hoping we can finish on the upper end of that. Strategy on some of the holes is going to be key. They've got 2 holes that can really jump up and bite you a little bit, number 6 and number 12 at the Hillsview Golf Course. But, hopefully we can have some good strategy going in and go out and play well. It looks like the weather is going to cooperate a little bit. It's going to be pretty nice. Looks like it's going to be in the 70s. Not sure about the wind. We'll find that out when we get there. But, we're going to go up and we're going to try and get prepared and learn the course a little better on Friday, and probably hopefully watch the Bucks get a homecoming victory on Friday, watching them on streaming, and then hopefully go out on Saturday morning and be able to go out and perform well and hopefully get, a top half finish, top 4 or 5 finish, and have some good momentum going into the state meet then here in about a week and a half.
Coach, we talk about it about every other week, but I still cannot quite believe that the season is almost over. It just seems like it just goes by so fast.
It does. And, and it gets to the point where I think some of the kids are ready for it to be done, not just, the golfing to be done, but we miss a lot of school and it's a lot of work to make up. And we got to keep on them to make sure that they're keeping up with their schoolwork and all that kind of stuff. But I got to give the kids a lot of credit. We miss a lot of school. They're good about getting things made up, talking to teachers, and we haven't had any problems yet so far. So it is crazy that we're talking about the end of the year already, but we do only have 2 meets left. We're hoping to go up and perform well on Saturday at the conference meet, and then it's 1 more week of practice. We don't have any competition next week, but hopefully get a good week of practice in, and then we'll head up to Mitchell on that next Sunday and get a practice round in for the state tournament, and hopefully have 2 good days of golf. And, hopefully we can try and break into that top 6 and bring a little hardware home for the school.
Well, Coach, as always, thank you for joining us. Good luck on the ESD conference meet. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Let's Coach Bryce time. Yankton Bucks Golf. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner. Just kidding. We're going to keep it right here, but that will wrap up the Coach's Corner here this morning, I should say. Already getting close to the afternoon. A Yankton competitive dance and cheer is at Harrisburg invite this morning, as we already mentioned, and like we just heard Coach Brett Stein talk. Bucks Golf competing in the ESD meet this morning. Bucks and Gazelles soccer in Aberdeen this afternoon for a doubleheader. And Mount Marty football is at Briar Cliff this afternoon on KYNT, and you can listen on KYN TV. Really want to clarify that. You can listen on KYN TV. The Briar Cliff will not allow opposing media to film the games, so we will be bringing you audio from all levels. 12 p.m. pregame. Tell Tanner Steve Toom with the call. USD hosting NDSU at the Dakota Dome, 1 p.m. kickoff. I want to thank Pizza Ranch for providing delicious pizza to the coaches and myself. Every Saturday is something I look forward to. Annie and the crew just really do an amazing job, and great partnership with them. And it's overall really happy to have them be a part of the show. And they also just really want to support Yankton athletics, and we love that. So thanks to the coaches. I mentioned a couple of times for taking time out of their weekends and their families to come here and talk about their teams' performances and what's coming up ahead. I just know it's not easy, so I appreciate them doing so. And most importantly, thank you to the listeners and viewers of KYNT, KYNTV. Really, this thing is just growing faster than I ever imagined, and I am truly thankful to those that have subscribed on YouTube or follow us on all of our platforms. Wait for those links to come out. Maybe I don't know. However, you take us in. Always appreciate the fact that you do so, and your support will keep us growing, and we always appreciate that. All we want to do is support Yankton High School athletics and cheer on the Bucks and Gazelles to victory, and talk to the coaches here in the morning, and of course have that pizza. That's pretty much what it all boils down to, is feeding me pizza. So always appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been the Coaches Corner.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450.